Well, what do we have here? An old classic. I remember this little gem. This little gem gave us quite a bit of a heartache a while back ago. Normally I would be doing this myself, along with a few other people, but I decided I'm just going to show you what the community and I have created. You should all just sit back and enjoy the show while my friend Lucifer's troll decides to rip Yoby ass into oblivion and also advertise his restaurant that he really wants to reopen up apparently, but okay. And also, as a side note, we are able to be talked, and you are able to contact us if you really want to, but understand that in our community, especially among our friends, we all know the reason why we don't like Yoby. And like I said before, we're able to be talked to, but we're not going to change our minds about Yoby, being he's done so much shit that, yeah, we're just not going to budge on this one subject. So if you're trying to type in the comment section of how we're wrong or blah blah blah, then don't waste the energy. All of us have made up our minds from a very long time based off of the experiences and stuff that we learned about Yoby. But that's just us. So take it or leave it. Have a problem with that? Well, just don't comment or don't watch the video. It's as simple as that.
This has been a long time coming. People have suggested that this must not be done because he wants attention. How else are you going to get rid of it though? What leech am I talking about? This is the leech known as Yobyaxes, the Yankai MGTOW. Yeah. I was part of a collab. Similar. I talked with my friend Liz and Flippin about how he would steal videos. But here's the thing, that was only a small part of what he did. Because if that's what all he did, we would leave him alone. Well, I would. Speaking of which, before I get to the really good stuff, I need to make some corrections of some people. He might claim his channel is a archive channel. It's not. But not because it's based on vengeance. There are many channels who do actual archive channels, which are based on vengeance. They hate that person. Sometimes, when many people get into trouble, they tend to delete what they said. Delete their videos. So people like to archive what this person may or may not have said. Oh look, here's a video. Now we have proof. However, here's the thing. If that was the case, I would still be fine with it. Because sometimes, even if you hate a person, well, if someone's going to delete their videos, it's better to have proof than not. But it wasn't until last year that Yoby was crediting people. And he's been on for a while. So the fact that it took him this long, damn. Now there's some people that you can't credit because they don't have a channel or that video's gone. And I can understand that. With that being said, it would be fair use. No, it's because of this little fact that he only did it recently. But every once in a while, he'll still change the title of the videos, like way more than needed be. He also changes the description as well. As you can see, sometimes saying what he could be saying in a video. People think Yoby is dumb. I don't think he's dumb. But I'm not saying he's smart, but he's not as dumb as you think he is. He does that so he doesn't have to make a video. You know, saying things about us. He doesn't want to. Then he could put it in the description. Then again, maybe he is dumb, and I just gave him an idea on a video. Hell, if he did, at least he'd be making an original video. But, it's been a while since he's actually done that. However, no. I think he may be average intelligence at the very least. And he's just lazy. And also, he lets his emotions hold him back. I know Yoby called me a rat once, even though I was one of the people who tried to warn him that out of all the videos he's using, that he's stealing, someone's gonna take him down. I wanted him to change. But it turns out, from the responses we got, no one really cares. Here's another reason I think he knows exactly what he's doing. He doesn't steal from the anti-MGTOW, at least the anti-MGTOW Confederation. Maybe, I guess it could be that he just hates the fact that we're doing better than him, thus couldn't ever steal from us. Which, by the way, none of us will allow him to do it. Unlike another group, we clean up our own shit. Even if a handful said it was okay. Oh, you could do this. Oh, okay, you could do this. That's fine. Well, that's nowhere even close to the amount of channels he's stolen from. Anyway, now I actually feel bad for trying to give him advice in the first place. If he's been going to insult us, saying that, well, he did all this shit during the drama, but then siding with the people who made the emotional connection song, the people who tried to get Sandwich to debate Liz, try to reopen another fucking drama with Sinatra. I don't know if he wanted Zeth and Sinatra to fight. I don't know. Say what you want about Sinatra. At least he left us alone. As a matter of fact, Yoby, before the drama ended, simultaneously went after every person who insulted Seth in some way or another. He's lucky I don't have that pic saved, but yeah. The drama was over when Medicare ringed at Yoby's master, Sargons. Daddy Soy Gun, do it harder. LOL. Normally, I have no problem. You like Sargon? Hell, at this point, I don't even care if you like Tonka. But Yoby has an unhealthy, not just relationship. He worships Sargon. That's sad. Yeah, I know he pretended to hate Sargon in Andy Worski's server. Oh, I guess he pretended to be Death/Sinister. But that's what a leech does. Too bad Cthulhu was there as well. Huh, Old Yeller? Then he goes into liking Sargon again. Just like how he used to hate Medicare for a while. But he sucked his balls, basically when Medicare was going after Tonka. But he was so upset once again when he went after his master Soy Guy. Yeah, boo-hoo. Cry me a fucking river. Yoby might say I suck up to Zeth and Liz. However, they are just my close friends. Obviously, you're gonna support your friends, especially if they're that close. However, I give Liz hell pretty much every dumb decision, and I mocked her harder than so many people. I even disagree with Zeth and Forbidden on a lot. Guess what? We're still friends. Oh, in fact, a true friend doesn't drag them down and then spit in their face when they are told if they keep doing this, they're going to be outed on Twitter. All Yoby had to do was stop being violent with the most patient and yet somehow most impatient person, Zeth. He kept him. He kept him for a while. But you know what? Yoby left on his own accord. Somehow Zeth's too demanding. Let me show you a few things first, though. Is it too demanding to ask him to stop doing this? Maybe I'll show you the clip. So yeah, I think that's all anyone ever asked for. Stop being so goddamn wrong. By the way, anyone who says my picture is right is a drawn picture. I don't really want him dead. It's like people showing the pic of Anita being beat up means they want her beat up. Maybe some do, but that's not all. I don't want Yoby dead, or even hurt for that matter. I just wanted, at one point, to knock some sense into Yoby. Well, the time for that is over. Because even if somehow, someway, you could make it that Yoby does fair use on YouTube, that still wouldn't make a single dent in all the trouble he's caused. Because, let me play the clip again. Yes, trying to ban people off of a group, he also deletes messages. Roll the pics, Johnny! But that's what Yoby Shives does. He's violent, and he deletes the messages. Also, Yoby hates Satan and satire so much, for whatever reason, I don't know, that when Forbidden and me pretended to be Satan and satire, Yoby wanted to get us banned. Yes, this was because Yoby hates the guy so much, and I want to know why. This is the moment he saw him in the service, even though it wasn't him. Yoby got so triggered like a little bitch. I will admit, I block people, but I eventually unblock. Plus, I'm going to say this right here. Blocking people on your own, whatever social media you may be on, it was done so it won't offend them. Because, yes, I get angry sometimes. Actually, I get angry a lot. And I had to end up sometimes going a little bit too far. Now I don't give a flying fuck who I offend. Why should I care? With that being said, why don't I show you this and that? Yoby claims to fight for free speech, and yet you're just like the rest of them. You only fight for it when it's convenient. Now, don't mean to be nice to Sinatra. However, I know he technically didn't flag him. He just wants him flagged. So much for his complaint that we would flag him. So, yeah, he's a hypocrite. Now, we're all hypocrites, I guess. But he's a major hypocrite. And I kind of wish I could record him back when we talked in Zeth server, because he knows he's a hypocrite and he doesn't care. He didn't just try to get people banned. He wished someone was flagged and he actually banned people on Red Robots group. He does this.
You guys know that Twitter app thing that shows who tweeted you the most, like your Twitter best friend?
Yeah.
I made this because apparently Yoby was at the top of hers.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Yoby was at the top of her Twitter best friend thing for mentions.
Oh God.
Who's that?
That's Vampire Candy.
From Failure Accomplice stream.
Yeah. Well, she. Well, it's gonna sound bad, but she gets around, but not in that way. She's on a lot of streams. It's kind of like Thrax. Thrax shows up in a lot of streams, but it's not because he gets around necessarily. But Yoby needs help. Well, and this is something that was off air, I think, but I explained to someone else. So, for the record, for anyone who follows the B-List, you may notice that Yoby used to be on here a lot. So I'm going to explain why I stopped inviting Yoby. Okay, It is not because I had any objection to his views. I've never disinvited anyone or stopped inviting anyone to the B list for their views. I don't care. I've had people who oppose almost everything that I can think of, and I miss them. Okay, I miss Andy. He made this a lot more fun. But the problem with Yoby is that he would derail a little bit, and that annoyed people. That's fine. I even put up with that for a long time. I would kind of not have him on every week because of that, but eventually I stopped, mainly because more than once he would, and I don't think he was necessarily joking, advocate for violence against people he disagreed with. And they were people that I disagreed with. But while I'm willing to listen to anyone say anything, there is a point where I want to ask politely, please don't advocate for violence in particular, and maybe a few other things. Like, I'm going to be a hypocrite here and say there are a few views that I wouldn't have on my show, just because they turn my stomach. But I think it's all pretty obvious. These are things pretty well universally reviled. I'm not going to have a pedophile on here. I'm not going to have any, I'm probably not going to have a Nazi on here or anyone that's like a serious racist. Occasional racism jokes is one thing. That's fine. I know the difference. Yoby got to the point where, and I don't want to compare him to the pedophile or the Nazi, but where he would like say, well, do we need to, I think he was kind of serious, and that eventually I decided that tonally he never got the point that I want him to like not say that, just because he say they're horrible people, say that all kinds of things jokingly that bad should happen to them. But when he seemed serious after that, I'm like, you know what, let's let him dial it back a while and just not invite him for a few weeks and see if he chills. Apparently, instead, he just got worse.
In short, the shorter version of this is simply Yobyaxes is batshit insane and says stupid shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
that sounds about right.
After the whole failure stream where you have the link to the hangout, you wouldn't want him on anyways.
Yeah, and I got to reiterate that I didn't stop inviting him because I disagreed with him or I thought he was nuts. I think it's pretty obvious from the beginning that he's crazy. It was the advocacy for violence that was the last straw. Okay,
Yeah.
I just want to be clear because I present this Sunday Funday as an open forum for anyone that wants to come on, pretty much. But I'm just going to be honest that call it hypocrisy if you like. There is a lower threshold where I'm just going to go, no, I'm not inviting them anymore.
It's like, well, we don't hate him. Having him on stream's not a good idea anymore.
Right. And the other two people that I have stopped inviting were people that openly attacked someone else on the stream, like personal attacks. Mark knows one of the people I'm talking about because it was him. It was the target of it. And I don't want to talk about who it was because this was literally years ago. That's how long it's been since I stopped inviting someone besides that. So
I'm probably going to remember this, aren't I?
Probably not. This was a long time ago.
This is another reason I say Yoby knows exactly what he's doing. It plays it just to the edge that technically speaking he isn't slanderous. During the Cure the Wolf saga, he tried to get a pic taken out of context of TJ Kirk saying something creepy about animals. Earlier than that, well, you saw the pic and the videos of the images. They are short, by the way. I don't think Paul Polirpa, I think that's his name, I don't think he's a pedo. He's making fun of Mormons. Acting like they're the pedos. Yeah, if Yoby was a feminist, people would be outraged over him doing this. But because he worships sometimes Sargons because he thinks he can get away with it, but seriously, imagine if the actual Steve Shives was doing that. People would be all over him. It's that good enough. He said that. Are some Mickeys criminals? Maybe. The turd-eating monkey? I don't think so. However, I'm guessing CNN is closer to someone really creepy who just needs to get laid than an actual criminal. Say what you want about Midtown. There are a million things you can come up about them. But unless you have proof, fuck the right off. Speaking of which, not only is he siding with CRP, who by the way forgave Zeth, when all he did was team up with Trout, not knowing what he was getting himself into. Not only has Zeth's name been cleared out that he isn't a doctor, but he said he went after JF. JF. Did Yoby miss the whole JF trying to scientifically explain how pedophilia / grooming could be okay? Oh yeah, JF gets money from Epstein.
Censor. And on the right, JF, who's about to make an outrageous statement. Pay very close attention.
Did you watch my yesterday show, Richard?
I didn't, I'm sorry.
Okay, because I announced that just for transparency, because I was talking about a news item about Jeff Epstein, and I announced that Jeff Epstein has once contributed to the start of my YouTube channel with a $25,000 check, and that since then my YouTube channel has kind of taken a different direction, and people were scandalized. They were like, JF is an agent of a Jewish millionaire rapist. And as I
He's that person. You were joking, I presume.
No, I'm not joking. This is real.
Yeah, you heard that right. JF, the man who tried to impregnate a 19-year-old girl with a disability, has ties to Jeffrey Epstein and has taken a sizable $25,000 donation from him. What does this mean? Well, probably nothing, to be honest, but I do think it's worth noting that Richard...
I win! They fucking lose! That's how the world fucking works!
Spencer has this reaction to hearing JF explain himself.
JF is an agent of a Jewish millionaire rapist. And as I
He's that person. You were joking, I presume.
No, I'm not joking. This is real. Jeff Epstein was a founder to one of my non-profits in the US with a $25,000 check in 2015, I believe.
Wow. This is the Jeffrey Epstein who has like a pedophile island or something, and is Clinton?
Well, at the time he had not been found guilty, I believe, of this.
Now, whether he still does, that's beside the point. Even if JF somehow isn't a pedo, he's an accomplice. And if you're getting money from someone like Epstein, and you think it's funny, it's a sell for you. So unlike Yoby, I have proof that either he is most likely a pedo or an accomplice. And either one's not good for JF, by the way. But Yoby does support him. The full video, we're going to try to credit them. With that being said, you know how Yoby is an anti-Midtown? He sure not only acts like a Midtown, but he's almost as violent as someone like Angry Midtown. That's why I compare them. Not only that, he did the same thing to us that Muffin did to Amanda Wolfschild. Yup, he's a stalker. He tried to show proof that we were okay with him for a little while, but all it did was show proof that he stalks us. People could say, ooh, but you guys found this. We found this. Not through stalking, but checking his channel a few times. It's hard to not be curious of the kind of stuff he posts. Also, I was subbed to him for a while, so naturally it's gonna happen. Also, the only way to do all this was to get info from others. Plus, as I said, I'm really curious. I'm always curious about people. I'm gonna look up Yobyaxes at some point. See, all you have to do is check out his channel, and you can tell he holds his grudges in his office. I may not like the guy, but goddamn, let him go. There isn't much more to say, but I have proof of him holding grudges against Liz for making a video. Zeph just wanted him to stop making death threats, and so he now holds grudges against Zeph. He doesn't like the fact that Forbidden, that he's doing better than him. Oh yeah, and may I remind you of him trying to reopen the drama with Sinatra, because I'm not going to forget that. I almost forgot to admit that while the video was one of my favorites that Zach made, it was the wrong time to show it. If he copied it while the drama was going on, that would be one thing. But he stole it after the fact. Oh yeah. And while Cracker said it was okay to copy that video they did with the collab with him and Levi, that they were fighting against Gabe, you know, one of the few times we thought it actually was fine. Well, he changed the title and the description. Oh, how nice of him. But I mentioned that before, so I'll just show you what he said, as well as the name of the video. If you think we are holding a grudge against Yoby, by the way, then you are surely mistaken, because after this is all over, we won't talk about him, in video form at least. Anyway, sorry if I got a little angry, but as I said, this was a long time coming, and there is no way it wouldn't be done eventually. Anyway, I think it's time to prepare for my new specialty. So welcome to the Showy Dragon. May I take your order, please? Oh, by the way, we have a new special. Yeah, Golden Retriever. It's only $15. Oh yeah, thank you very much.